few months ago, we drove the Honda Civic Sport and found it to be a surprisingly fun and frisky hatch thanks to quick steering, a snappy shifter, and a willing turbo engine. It's also somewhat unusual in being a driver-focused compact, available with a manual, but not solely concerned with performance, sort of a warm hatch as opposed to a hot hatch. Kia's own warm hatch, the Kia Forte 5SX, is a close match for the Honda in some ways, and even better in others, for a price, that is. The Forte 5SX starts on the right foot with its punchy turbocharged 4-cylinder. It's the 1.6-liter unit, which you'll also find in the Elantra Sport and Veloster Turbo, and makes a healthy 201 horsepower and 195 pound-feet of torque that nearly matches the output of the sportier than the Sports Civic C. You'll never be waiting for that power either, as the turbo hardly lags, and any lag that is present is masked by how smoothly boost comes into play. The throttle is fairly responsive, and the revs don't get hung up between shifts like they do in the Civic Sport. The Kia continues in the right direction by offering a manual transmission, as our tester had. In fact, the turbo-equipped SX trim is the only way to get a shift-for-yourself transmission on the Forte 5. It features reasonably short, light throws, and the gates are a breeze to find. It's a tad rubbery at times, and isn't quite as precise as the Civic Sport's lever, but you won't be disappointed by it. The responsive engine also makes it easy to rev match downshifts, but the pedals could be a bit closer together for heel and towing. This drivetrain is packaged in the crisp, clean hatchback body of the Forte 5. It's refreshingly free of extraneous vents and badging, leaving the body tasteful and classy. It's a body that is happy to change directions, too. It turns in quickly and neutrally, with only mild body roll. The steering itself is also quick and accurate with virtually no dead zone. There are a couple of handling gripes, though. The helm feels a bit overboosted and fairly numb, the ride somewhat unrefined. The body feels less controlled than it should over bumps, and the tires aren't very gritty. Inside the Forte 5, things are a bit dour. The only color on the dash aside from black are the modest number of chrome appointments strewn about. Some of the plastic has a faux carbon fiber texture, but it almost makes the dash look cheaper, or cheesier, than it could be with better material finishes. Fortunately, the manual Forte 5SX comes with a leather interior that has bright red accents and stitching to liven things up. The seating position is also odd. The driver sits very high, and this editor felt as though his head was nearly going through the ceiling, since the top of the windshield is relatively low. In these respects, the Forte 5SX comes up at a disadvantage compared with the Honda. It makes up for this disadvantage in the equipment department. The SX is already the top-level trim in the Forte 5 line, and choosing the manual means you have to sign up for many other options. In addition to the leather, it adds a sunroof, navigation